What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Stocks to Watch. And in today's episode, we're going to discuss a lot of stocks which are now setting up really well. And I think this rally has no signs of exhaustion until now. I think with the action that we even saw today, I think there are so many stocks, so many other sectors which are just constantly now setting up for a new expansion. Apologies for not being able to record the video yesterday. I was busy due to some commitments. But there we are. Let's quickly start discussing what's happening. So the talk of the town today, the talk of D Street today was tire stocks, and I definitely want you all to have a look at what tire stocks did. And I'll just open up the tire list over here so you can see. If you look at this, you look at Seat up 18%. You look at JK Tires, you look at Goodyear, you look at TVS Tree Chakra, Polo Tires, MRF, Balakrishna. All tire companies doing really well. Now, what was the reason why these tire companies did well? Is there was a brokerage note indicating that the capex by these auto companies is going to start reflecting now because of two, three reasons. A lot of tire companies had done investments, and those capex or capital investments were not going to increase their return on capital employed as per a lot of firms. But now, with the auto sales numbers coming in, and with the management commentary of these tire companies and combined with these brokerage notes, it just led to a spark together in all of these stocks of the tire sector. Now, do you want to trade this tomorrow? No, but this is important for you to understand that auto and auto ancillaries are doing extremely well. Even Mahindra was up 5% today. So again, there are a bunch of new sectors coming in, going out, and lots of action happening here. Another important sector where a lot of action was seen is the fertilizer space. So even we took a trade in Jumble Fertilizers. We're holding that particular position, but I just want you to understand what's happening in the fertilizer space. You just look at Deepak Fertilizers, right? So all these fertilizer companies were in a primary downtrend, and the reason why all of these fertilizer companies, if you look at their daily charts, you're just going to see a downtrend, a flat downtrend. Stocks corrected 50%, 60%, 70%. Why? Fertilizer prices corrected by a lot. Chinese demand went down the drain because of the issues in Chinese economy, and obviously monsoon was a little delayed. But all of these fertilizer companies are getting back up from their areas of demand, and there could be some solid action in this sector, which hasn't really moved in this entire rally. So there are only a few select fertilizer stocks like Fact, which are doing decently well. But apart from that, it's just muted. But if you look at these charts one by one individually, you will start seeing that there is some bullish sentiment building out, and that is the reason we took a trade in Chambal Fertilizers. That's a disclaimer. And I expect the fertilizer space and the specialty chemical space, I think agrochemicals, not specialty chemicals, agrochemicals, I think they're going to start doing well, in this, either on Friday, which is tomorrow, or probably in the next week. So a lot of news flow to be tracked apart from amongst these sectors. So you look at Deepak Fertilizer up 5%, Paradeep Phosphates up about 4.5%, Chambal Fertilizers. This is the position that we have taken today. This is also up 2%. Khaitan Chemicals, RCF. So RCF is also looking, pretty decent coming out of this nice base. Coromandel International, again, looking similar. NFL, and just look at these structures, right? Look at these bases, right? So I think all of them could probably sparkle tomorrow. So NFL also, I'll just add this to my list. You look at GNFC, you look at GSFC, you look at Madras Fertilizers, you look at Zuari Agro. I think this sector is ready. With that being said, let's quickly discuss the stocks that are going to be in the watch list for today. I mean, for tomorrow. And again, there are a few names that are again and again coming up. So I'll just quickly start off with Avanti Feeds. So Avanti Feeds was one name that we had discussed previously. The reason I added this into my watch list is only to tell you that these structures work, and you just have to be a little patient, right? So today, Avanti Feeds actually gave a shakeout. Now, what's that? It basically gave a break of the low over here. It went down very deep, and then this is where the shakeout happened, and the stock moved up with a lot of volume. So apart from Avanti Feeds, a lot of shrimp stocks like Apex Frozen Foods, even they did really well. Now, I'm not really going to be interested in trading Avanti Feeds, but if there is a continuation tomorrow, I won't mind trading it. But this is not a stock that you should be trading tomorrow. Now, one of the most interesting names that I found in the FNO large is definitely has to be NHPC. Now, power companies are having a bang of a time. I mean, you look at Torrent Power reversed from their lows. Tata Power was in action today. NTPC was in action, and NHPC is doing really great. So I think NHPC is definitely something to watch out for. It looks fantastic, and I think we've been talking about this stock multiple times, and I think the time for this stock is probably going to come in very soon. So please keep this on your radar. Next up is Rainbow Hospitals, and I think we've discussed hospital stocks multiple times. That hospital as a sector is really strong, and I think this is also probably getting ready for a move tomorrow, another new all-time high. Interesting sector, another interesting sector has to be defense. I mean, if you look at Paras Defense and if you look at Data Patterns India, I think both of them similar structure, and I think probably consolidating to give an expansion move. And I think Paras Defense looks really good, and apart from that, Data Patterns India looks very, very good, and I think this could explode tomorrow. So please definitely keep a watch out on this. Apart from that, I've got more healthcare stocks. One is Met Plus Health Services, creating a nice little base. Just look at the volume dry up happening, spike up in the volume, dried up volumes, and now it's again near those highs. So MedPlus is definitely one of the stocks that you should be watching out for. And Max Healthcare, again, similar structure, similar story, but this is probably not ready yet, but maybe tomorrow could be a very crucial day for it. But overall, the entire hospital space, the entire diagnostic space, the entire hospital healthcare space is looking very, very interesting. Now, Data Patterns India, another defense name setting up beautifully. We have already discussed Paras. So look at Paras Defense, look at Data Patterns India, looking very, very similar. And I think there's going to be a lot of action in defense stocks going in tomorrow. So please keep a watch out on those stocks as well. Now, Landmark Cards is going to be a tricky one. This stock has tried to move out, then came back down. Volume activity is average, not a very tight, nice little base. Which is being there, no shakeouts done. So I am not really going to be that interested in this, but I think based on and based off the IPO base, I think this could start continuing tomorrow. So going to be interesting to see this. Now there are a bunch of IT stocks. Now IT, I'm not a big fan because there is no re-rating trigger in IT, to be very honest. But I've seen Coforge, I've seen Naukri, I've seen OFSS, and I've seen Wipro. All four are consolidating into a tight range, and probably there could be an expansion. Remember, IT has not been a part of the broader rally that the index has given. So I think if IT moves tomorrow, I think Coforge and Wipro, OFSS, I think all of these stocks are going to be really, really interesting to watch. So yes, this is going to be on my watch list, not my priority, but yes, definitely going to be on my radar. Next up is SIS Limited, and again, similar structure, nice base formation. I don't really like the volume activity here. It's too dry. Don't know how it's going to play out, but structure wise, very, very decent. Now, probably the favorite name in this entire list has to be La Opala. Now, just look at this entire big base. I think this is a 1 year long base. And even if you look at the weekly chart of this stock is trading at an all-time high, right? So from 2021, stock has created a wonderful base, volume starting to, squeeze in. If you look at the daily chart, now what the stock has done is the stock has tapped into this area of, supply, created a base. Just look at all of these volume spikes over here, right? Just look at all of these volume spikes over here. That clearly tells you institutional activity, and it's holding up over here. So I think this is a no-brainer, Laopala. I think if it gives you an opportunity tomorrow, you definitely have to take it. I think this is probably going to be one of my favorite names from tomorrow. Apollo Hospitals, again, hospital stocks coming in. Nice little base creation. I think there could be some action in Apollo Hospitals from an intraday perspective. Definitely keep a watch out on this. Indus Towers, another name which has been a laggard. I mean, it's not really moved. The reason this is on my watch list is post shakeout, nice pace, nice consolidation. BSNL being revived, so good for the industry. More 5G spectrums coming in. Yes, Vodafone Idea is a big overhang for this company, but I think technically right now it's setting up decently. Maybe we can get a good risk to reward, trade over here. Similar is Lupin, right? So after getting the US FDA approval for some tablets for oral suspension, I think the stock is, nicely contracting into a tight range. Volumes drying up, and this is exactly what you want to see. And I think this tomorrow could be a decisive day. So I think this is definitely another stock that I'm going to be watching out for. And last but not the least, it's NFL, fertilizer name coming out of a nice base. I think this just has to move up tomorrow. So lots of stocks, lots of interesting names, lots of new sectors coming in. If I talk about Nifty as a whole, I think it's a little bit extended, but bull markets can keep extended and they can keep going up longer than we can imagine. So I think that makes no sense, no point trying to predict the top or from where the markets can actually reverse. I think what makes sense is in this bull market, whichever is the strongest out of the 5,500 stocks that exist in the entire universe, I think let's try to focus on those stocks which can move, make money, and then repeat the process again. So if you're new here, please consider subscribing, hit the like button if you like such content, and drop a comment if you like such analysis or if there's some stock that you want to talk about. And I hope you're liking this entire series. Thank you so much for tuning in. I will see you the next time. Please make sure to hit the subscribe button and hit the like button. Thank you. Bye bye and take care.